Hi, it's Nikki here from the Curious L&D Conversations, and this is the third in the 4-part mini-series about company inductions. And in this one, as you can see, I'm waving around a spoon. This one is all to do with bringing everything together. In the third conversation, I showed you this little recipe card and we talked about what the end induction would look like, your ingredients and what you need to swap in and swap out. And I said that we would actually be turning over the recipe card and looking at how do you pull it together. And that's kind of what the spoon represents. But more than that, it's about being the, if you want to keep on with the cooking analogy, it's about being the sous chef within this. If this is something you're looking to do yourself, are you going to be the sous chef? Are you the person that's going to bring everything together? All the ingredients, knowing when to swap things in and swap things out? Or are you delegating that task to somebody else to actually do, to make sure that they're coordinating it and running it? Regardless of which one of those you are, there are still some questions to be asked of that. And that is, who is actually running the show? So who is that sous chef, but who have they got in their kitchen with them? Keep with me on this cooking analogy, it really does work. So who have you got in the kitchen with you? Do you just need one person that creates the whole kit and caboodle, the whole meal, the whole induction? In my experience, having a single person to run a full induction, there are pros and cons to it. The pro is that the new starter knows exactly who they've got and that they're a continuous theme throughout their induction. On the downside of things, if they don't get on with that person, they've got them for the whole of their induction. So that's not so great. My personal recommendations are to have a much more blended approach, both in terms of how much information you give versus getting to the job itself, but also when the information is being given, it's given by different people, but there is a single person that runs along the hosting, facilitation, coordination thread that the new starters can come to because they know they are the port of call specifically for inductions. So let's say that I am the sous chef. I would be there on the very first day. I would greet them. I would make sure that they're comfortable. I would do some kind of introductory session around things. I would answer the 3 questions that we talked about in the second part of this series for day 1. I would have thought about my ingredients, but what I would also have done is I would have approached specific people to come in and talk about specific topics so that we've got a different approach for who's talking, when they're talking. There may be some e-learning in there as well. We may go on a tour. We may do department visits where actually I leave my new starters with the managers for an hour so that they can all have their chat with them there. Then I might bring them all back together. So you can see, just in the same way as you had to choose your ingredients, pulling it all together and how you're presenting it on the plate is important. The worst inductions I've ever had are being where I have been sat in the same room for 8 hours with one person doing everything in that induction. It is boring. It is boring. I need more variety than that. I can't go home and tell people how fantastic the company is because I'm not seeing any of it. So bringing it all together then with our spoon, stirring it all around, making sure it's really nice, and eventually putting it on the plate and saying to the new starter, this is what it looks like. There's a lot of variables within inductions, and that's why the whole of this 4-part series has been a tad vague in terms of giving you very specifics about what you should include, because only you can answer that. But if you do have any queries or questions about this, or you want any advice about this, this is something I do with other companies. I help them design them. I help them train up trainers to actually run them. So I'm more than happy to give some more advice or to come into your company and actually do some work with you. But for now, thanks for watching this. There will be some more Curious L&D conversations. So again, easiest thing to do, head to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe and the little bell, and you'll get notifications of whenever the next videos come along. But for now, thanks for watching.